Hey guys, it is Zach from ZachsBuyReviews.com, and this is my first video of 2014! Yes, and it is a haul video, as you can probably tell by the title. And I was going to do a resolutions video or a 2013 in review video, but so many things kind of happened at once that prevented me from doing that in a timely manner. So if you do want to see a resolutions video though, because I kind of still really want to make it, leave a comment below letting me know, hey, I want to see a resolutions video, or we want to see a resolutions video, or whatever, and I will try to make it happen. Anyway, this is my December/January book haul, so I have a lot of books to show you, so let's just kind of get into it. The first book I got, I'm going to show you some of my Christmas books. And the first one I got is Arabian Nights, or The Arabian Nights, sorry. And it's translated by Sir Richard F. Burton. I don't know what the name of the original author of the 1001 Nights or The Arabian Nights, who they are, but I don't even know if it's a good translation. But it's a Barnes & Noble leatherbound classic, and I love these things. I have the Divine Comedy, the complete H.P. Lovecraft collection, and Neil Gaiman's American Gods and Anansi's Boys in Barnes & Noble leatherbounds, and so now I have The Arabian Nights in it, and I also have Dracula and Other Horror Classics by Bram Stoker in Barnes & Noble leatherbound classic fashion, and these are all Bram Stoker horror classics, and so they're like 3 novel-sized ones, and then a whole bunch of short stories. The first one is called Dracula's Guest. So I didn't know Bram Stoker kind of expanded on the Dracula universe, if you can even call it that, after just Dracula. So it'll be interesting to kind of see where that goes, because Dracula is one of the only classics that I've been able to kind of stomach, if that makes sense. That just sounds really weird. But, you know, like, a lot of classics are so dense that it's really hard to get into it, but Dracula and Frankenstein and The Great Gatsby and a couple other ones are among the only ones that I've been able to kind of push through and really enjoy. Next are a couple books that I bought with Christmas money, the first being Crash Into You by Katie McGarry. This is the 3rd book in the Pushing the Limits companion novel series, and I love these books because they always have something underneath, and it's really cool. Usually it's just this cover but turned to the side, but this one, for the first time, is that I've seen, is just a different image of the front cover, and it's so cool. I love books that have something like that underneath, where it can pretty much go without a dust jacket, but dust jackets are cool too. And then Rebel Spring by Morgan Rhodes. This is the 2nd book in the Fallen Kingdom series. I don't know if there's anything underneath this. I didn't actually check. Nope. Anyway, it's the 2nd book in the Fallen Kingdom series, which is a very high fantasy YA series. Pushing Limits, by the way, is contemporary. But yeah, this is a very high fantasy YA series. The first book, Fallen Kingdoms, has some really great kind of pushing the limits. It kind of pushes the envelope, or changes the YA formula up a bit, and it's really good. I really love this series, or at least the first book in the series, because I haven't gotten around to reading this one yet. And as always, I will leave the Goodreads links to all these books, and there are a couple books that I have that I did review, so I will leave reviews as well down in the doobly-doo. Anyway, continuing, can't wait to read this. Hopefully in the next month or so I can get around to reading this. And then next, we have some books from authors. The first book is called Bloodmark, and I got an email a couple weeks ago. I got 2 emails from this company called Bostic Communications, and they're both review requests, and apparently I don't know exactly how it works, but they got me in touch with these 2 authors who requested that I review their books. And so one was called Intangible, and I can't remember the author's name, but it's an Arthurian Legends. It'll be in my next Stacking the Shelves post. Sorry. But then there was one called Bloodmark, and they had offered a hard copy. It said paperback, but I said, okay, yeah, I'll go for the hard copy. That's easier for me to read. So could you send one? And so I got an email back saying, yes, here's the tracking information. It should be here by the 21st of January, which is today. And, the hardcover should get to you by then. So I was like, the hardcover? And so at first I thought it was a typo, and I was like, maybe she just meant hard copy. But no, I did a little research, and I actually saw images of the physical copy of the book. And it's hardcover. It's hardcover, and look at this. Look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? I love this cover so much. This is, I'm guessing an indie book, but it's got one of my favorite covers ever on it because I just love the simplicity of it. And then the package I opened it up, and then it was wrapped in tissue paper, and it was stamped with this wax seal. And oh, it's just awesome. I'll leave a link down below with the Goodreads information to a picture I tweeted out with the actual folded up package. But oh my god, you guys. Anyway, this is about werewolves and a werewolf princess. She's different from other wolves. She was able to shift into wolf form from birth, but this makes her feared, and so she runs off and falls in love with a boy, and then there's lots of dark secrets and stuff like that. But it sounds really good. Again, just read the Goodreads down below. But I'm really excited to read this. I'm hoping to read it soon. It's just, oh my god, it's going to be so good. Whoa, I got a bookmark too. Sweet. I did not even see that. I love that. I love this bookmark now. I have I got a whole bunch of bookmarks this month. Anyway, next I got a copy of Tempted by Fire by M.D. Bowden. Oh, I keep forgetting. This is by Aurora Whittet. And this is the first book in the Hunters Among Us series. And it is about a girl named Erin who goes to university and is thrust into a world with werewolves, vampires, ghosts, and hunters. And then her journey is a journey of heartache. She finds herself torn between sides, not knowing who to believe or who to trust. Join Erin as she finds out the dark truth. This has a very large font to it and very small margins, and it's less than 200 pages, so I should be able to just whack this out in a night, hopefully sometime in the next week or so. And yeah, the only thing I don't like about this book aesthetically is that here's the front cover, here's the back cover. And I wish the information for the book was back here. It could just be all black and just the information typed out. I don't like this flipped thing. It just doesn't look right. Next are some books from my friend Allie. She sent me a couple Christmas gifts and then just something in January. The first thing she sent me was an Ark of Never Was by Kelly Moore, Tucker Reed, and Larkin Reed. We were talking about this series because she was asking me if I thought it was good, and I said, yes, I really love this series, you guys. These authors just have such an amazing, they're brilliant. They are brilliant. I love this. I love this book. I'm on chapter 9, I think. And I had to stop, but I continued. I'm hopefully going to be continuing very soon, but this series is just so good. If you can think about it this way, it's like a mixture between a traditional series and a companion series. No, that's not the right way to explain it. It's really hard to explain this series. You just have to read it for yourself. The first book is Amber House, and it's amazing. Just go find it at your library or whatever. Next, she sent A Stranger Thing by Martin Licht and Isla Neal. This is the second book in the Ever-Expanding Universe series, the first one being Mothership. And I have nothing really against Mothership. I gave it, I think 3 or 3.5 stars when it came out, or before it came out. And my only problems with it really were the flashbacks and the horrible slang that the characters used. The whole book of, at least Mothership, is told in present tense. But there are flashbacks which are also told in present tense, and I wish that they were at least told in past tense something to distinguish them from the other chapters, because the flashback chapters, it doesn't say, you know, chapter 35, flashback colon, name of the chapter. I don't even think that, oh yeah, they do have names of the chapters. But yeah, it just, there's nothing to distinguish that this is a flashback. So it got really confusing sometimes, and the slang was just really annoying. It sounded like how a 40-year-old woman would try to talk to her teenage daughter, if that makes any sense. You know, like how parents think that their children talk. But I'm giving it a second chance because from what I'm guessing, there might not be flashbacks. But if they are, there are. I really like this story. The story was really good. So hopefully, this will be different. Next, she sent an Ark of Frozen by Melissa De La Cruz and Michael Johnson. I read this book, I really loved it. I think I gave it 5 stars. It reminds me a lot of Under the Never Sky, but not. It's kind of like a dystopian, high fantasy, fae lore book. It's really hard to explain. You just kind of have to read it. It's about a girl named Nat who is a New Vegas blackjack dealer, I think. Yeah, I think she's a blackjack dealer, poker dealer, or whatever. And she has a secret. She is this part of this marked race, and this race is born from normal humans, but they have some kind of mark, and so she has to deal with having these powers and also find this. Oh, it also kind of reminds me of the Darkest Minds too. But she has to kind of deal with her powers and find this thing called the Blue, which is this sanctuary for her kind. So I'm really interested to see where this story goes. I loved this book a lot. I highly recommend it to anybody who likes The Darkest Minds or Under the Never Sky, because it reminds me a little bit of both of those. So definitely go check that out. And then finally, she sent me a copy of The Nether Grimm by Matthew Jobin. This is about a world in which everybody believes that this heroic warrior and wizard defeated this evil primordial being called the Nether Grimm. But when animals start to get taken and then children start to get taken, the people know that the Nether Grimm has returned. And Edmund, his little brother, has gone missing. And so while he is a student of magic, he can't even conjure the easiest spell. And so he and his friends have to journey to go face the Nether Grimm and get his little brother back. And I've been, according to the summary, it's like the Chronicles of Narnia. It has similarities, so I'm interested to see what that is necessarily. And it also says that it's also for fans of like the Ranger's Apprentice series. I've never actually read that series, but I've heard good things, so I'm hoping good things from this book. Next, I won a couple things. The first giveaway I won is for an Ark of the Shadow Throne by Jennifer A. Nielsen. This is currently my favorite middle grade series. I know, blasphemy, I'm putting this above a Rick Riordan series, but it's very conditional. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of House of Hades. I felt like it was a lot more filler-y than it needed to be. I feel like if there was like an actual quest in that book, like a prophecy quest thing, instead of like the general prophecy, it would have felt a little more, there would have been a little bit more oomph to it. But this series is amazing. It's like fantasy but without magic, if you know what I mean. Like, it's got a made-up fantastical world, no magic, but it's medieval and it's really good. I really love this series, and with getting this arc, I now have every single book in this trilogy in ARC copy format, and I am just ecstatic about that. I've never had an entire series in ARC copy format before, and I'm hoping this will just be the first series of many, and hopefully I'll be able to read. I'll read this in the next week or so because I need to know what happens. I need to know what happens. If you haven't read The False Prince by Jennifer A. Nielsen, do it now. Just do it now. Next, I won a copy of Scorched, Treachery by Rebecca Effington. This is the third-ish book in her Imdalin series, and it's hard to explain the series. So start with Kiss of Fire, which is getting a new cover. If you haven't checked it out, I will leave a link down below to my post of the new cover because it came out last Wednesday, which is technically in real time tomorrow. But by the time you guys see it, it'll be like Saturday or Sunday. It'll be Sunday. So you guys will probably have already seen it. If not, again, I will link down to my post so you can go check it out because it is amazing. I just saw the cover a couple hours ago and I was blown away. But yes, this is the third-ish book, and why I say ish is because it technically overlaps with the second book in the series. It starts, I think, around halfway through the second book in the series, but from different perspectives. So it was a really good book. I loved it. This was on my top 13 of 2013. And then she sent, oh, it's signed, by the way. I gotta show you it's signed, and it has a great little paragraph of inscription, and she's so amazing, and I love it. And she knew it was me too, that one, so I got like a very personalized one because we've talked a lot, well, not really a lot, but I know her and I talk to her sometimes, and I'm on her like street team, so yes, I was very excited. But she sent 4 signed bookmarks, and then this is the best part of the entire haul, at least for me, because when I looked on the back of the bookmark, look at the top, see it? Do you see it? It's me. It's a little quote from my blog, and I'm just, oh my god, I'm about to cry. But it was just, I can't even explain how awesome this makes me feel. Just to know that an author would want to put what I thought about their book on a bookmark. I know it sounds weird, and I know it might not even make sense to some of you guys. Maybe it makes total sense, and I'm just not giving you guys the benefit of the doubt or whatever, but it's just, oh my god, I feel like I've made it. I've made it, and it's just, I'm so happy about this, and I have 4 of these, so some giveaway in the future, you'll be getting whoever wins some giveaway in the future, you'll be getting a Kiss of Fire bookmark, signed Kiss of Fire bookmark. And then finally, I have some books from publishers. Let's start with HarperCollins. I have House of Ivy and Sorrow. This is the debut novel? No, this is the second novel that author Natalie Whipple has written. But this is a standalone novel, and it's like Maggie Stiefvater's The Raven Boys and Television's Charmed. House of Ivy and Sorrow seamlessly infuses the realistic world with bewitching romance and mesmerizing magic. And it's about a girl named Josephine, and she's a secret witch, and a mysterious curse that killed her mother has returned, and suddenly the life Jo fought to keep hidden could destroy the one that she's worked so hard to protect. It sounds really cool. I really want to read this. It comes out in April. I think April. It says 4/14, so I'm guessing April. And I'm really excited to read it. I love Charmed. It was my favorite show when I was younger. They're remaking it, which is just way too soon. Do not remake a show within 20 years of its finale. Like, just don't. Unless it was a show that kind of tanked and could be made better. But if it's like a really successful, ended on its own show, then don't. But we're not getting into that right now. House of Ivy and Sorrow by Natalie Whipple. Can't wait to read it. And then I have an extra copy of Perfect Lies by Kirsten White. And I've finally done a little bit of research on this series. I haven't read the first book yet, but I'm planning on it soon. And it follows sisters Annie and Fia, who have these, I don't want to say paranormal powers or supernatural powers, but I guess. I think Fia is the one that has a very good gut instinct, and then Annie can see the future. So, and they use it for corporate espionage, and they're very loyal to each other, and I can't really explain very much about this series because I haven't read it. But if you like this series, if you loved Mind Games and cannot wait to read Perfect Lies, I'm giving a copy of this book away. If you go like my Facebook page, link is in the doobly-doo. Once I get to 400 likes, I'm giving this book away to whoever wins it. You'll probably get some kind of swag with it too. It's not signed or anything, it's just a regular copy. But it's an Ark, and everybody loves Arks. So go like my Facebook page, and once I reach 400 likes, I will do a giveaway for you to enter and win. And finally, I got a copy of Infinite by Jody Meadows. This is the third and final book in the New Soul series, and it's hard to pinpoint the genre that this book belongs in, because it's not strictly romance, because it's got a lot of paranormal elements to it, but I wouldn't call it paranormal because it doesn't fall under typical paranormal, I don't want to say stereotypes, but categories. That's it. It's got a lot of reincarnation themes in it, and it's a very unique story. I was very, very, very surprised when I read Incarnate, and I strongly suggest that you guys read Incarnate. There's a whole Incarnate read-along going on right now, which is why I haven't read this book yet, because I'm saving it for the Incarnate read-along, or readathon, or whatever it is. I'm actually far behind because I haven't read Incarnate yet, but hopefully I'll be reading Incarnate and Asunder both very soon, and then I'll read Phoenix Overture, and then finally I'll get around to reading Infinite, which comes out like next week, so yay for that. And then finally, the last book I have is I got from St. Martin's Press. Didn't request it. It was sent to the other house, which we're still working on, luckily. So the thing is my last name isn't actually Fly, and so mail does not get forwarded from to Zachary Fly from our old house. So I'm hoping that this, I'll probably request a book from this publishing company soon and let them know that my address has changed. I let them know, but apparently they didn't write it down or something, because I have a copy of Vortex by Julie Cross, and it came to the other house. But this is the paperback copy. I have a hardcover copy, so I might be giving away my hardcover because they changed the designs, the cover design. So I'm gonna have to get the paperback copy of Tempest. So I might be giving away hardcover copies of Tempest and Vortex, so look forward to that possibly. Maybe I might just sell them though, so unless you tell me otherwise, I'll probably just sell them. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. I read Tempest a while ago. I can't remember exactly what it's about. I remember it had like time travel, and it reminded me kind of Jumper or the Butterfly Effect. I can't remember exactly. See, I really can't remember. I need to reread Tempest soon. But yeah. So that's it for the book haul. I will let you guys go. Have a great day, night, whatever time it is. And as always, happy reading. Okay, bye.